All right, good morning, everybody. I love the fact that you guys have been here for an hour. I love that. I love it. My name's Deborah Boughton. I'm one of the senior associate ADs here at NIU. I've met a lot of you, most of you actually. So thanks again for showing up for our third series of Coffee with Carlsen. We're super excited to get this going, and we're going to improvise a little bit. We're going to throw you guys on your head a little bit. Here we go. We're actually going to start with our special guest, Connie T-Berry, because she needs to go to practice and do her job. So she's going to come up here and talk a little bit about track and field, cross country, and how awesome they are doing, and how really we can attribute so much of our winning of this fantastic award to the fact that she has a team. Yes, thank you, Sally. The cool thing about women's track and field cross country is that she has an opportunity to help us win this trophy 3 times. Her teams count 3 times. So we are super excited to have her here and have her share with you all that things are going on in her sport. Thank you, Connie.
Good morning, good morning. I'm getting a little old, so I had to bring a couple of notes with me. Hopefully I can still see them. You know, my eyes are going bad, going south. I want to take you on a little bit of a journey with me. There's not a lot going on in track and field per se right now. We're conditioning, trying to get the girls stronger, trying to get them a little faster for our first meet in December. So we've still got some time. We actually just hit our 20 hours compliance this week. So we get to do a little bit more as far as technique and things of that nature right now. So, you know, a lot of new kids, just trying to make sure we take them along slowly so that they don't get injured. But I want to take you on a journey. 18 years, NIU did not have a track and field and cross country program. No program at all. If I'm not mistaken, 2000, the Convocation Center was built. So a track was put in there. 2001, if I'm not mistaken, correct me, I believe the track and field program was reinstated and cross country program was reinstated. Somewhere around there, the ballpark, the years may be a little off, give or take a little bit. 2004 was when I took the position. So in November, the end of November, it would be 14 years for me here at NIU. In that time, from the Convocation Center being built to 2004 and me taking that position, before that, we were practicing in the field directly across from the Convocation Center on that uneven grass field, and we had to go to DeKalb High School to practice. But the winter months, we were okay because we had the Convocation Center. 2007, the Yorton Center was built. So now we've got a state-of-the-art weight room, and our academics is off the chain as far as the resources that we can give our student athletes. Then 2008-09, the outdoor track facility was built, which is great for the fall and the later spring. But those winter months, we still had the convo, but nowhere for the field eventers to practice. So then we get the Chesick in 2010-11. Now we're rolling. Now we can do some things. So I bring you full circle for this, because for me, if you watch our program, the growth has come with the building of the facilities and what we've been able to do and the way we've been able to recruit student athletes. It's done wonders for us, the support that you all have given, whether it's financial, whether it's just coming out and watching, whether it's just support. Support is support, and we're grateful for that. The process has helped me put a staff in place. Now, after 14 years, I think we got the right staff to do some great things in all areas of our program: cross country, indoor, outdoor, track and field, every event. I want to go back through. So last year, to cap off our season, indoors we were 5th, outdoors we were 4th. Not bad for us. We tore it up. The conference is also getting better. We did a lot of great things, but now we've got to move it up because the conference is moving up. So we've got to get some more depth in there as far as our athletes and what we're able to do on the track. Indoors, we broke school records in the 800, the mile, the 1,000, the pin, and the triple jump. outdoors, the HEP, the 15, the 800, the 3K steeplechase, the DMR, the high jump, and the triple jump. And these are solid records. If you look at our records and compare it to any one Power 5, we got some solid records now. That went on to MAC championships last year, where we had MAC champions in the 15, 3K, and the 800. Second year in a row, we got the MAC performer of the meet. Last year, the year before was Kadisha Dallas. This year was Hope Schmelzer. We had our first NCAA All-American in Hope this year in the 3,000-meter steeplechase. We've added 15 new freshmen, one transfer, so 14 freshmen, one transfer, that we think will be, power players in the conference this year. So I take you full circle to show you that in that 14, 15 years of the program being reinstated, that your help, the girls' hard work, our administration has put us in a place where we can be successful in the MAC. And now not just on the field, but our men's sports are working hard and our women's sports are working hard and has won the Jacoby Cup that we never thought we would win when we first got here. So with that being said, I just want to continually thank you for your support, the things that you've helped us accomplish. In my 14 years of being here has been phenomenal, and we're going to keep continuing trying to make you proud. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Connie. Appreciate it. Wonderful. I don't know if I saw a few of you all at the Hall of Fame, and we were able to honor some really fabulous Hall of Famers, one of which is here. So Dee Abrahamson, we were able to honor her for all of her service at NIU. And Connie takes you through a history of reinstating programs and making sure that we have the right facilities and funding and resources and opportunities available for all of our student athletes, but obviously particularly for our women's student athletes. And you can't discount everything that Dee's done for this program, track and field, softball, women's basketball, across the board. So I just want to say congratulations again for Hall of Fame, and we could just give her a little round of applause for this too. So don't want to belabor it. I probably have too much, a little bit on this Jacoby Award, but really it has been a special year this year for celebrating it and taking it around and showing everybody what we were able to accomplish last year. And I joke a little bit with Connie and Coach Sutz here as well. We came to the end of the road when we were really close to winning it. And softball and women's track were last to get the points for us. So I might have told Coach Sutt, don't screw it up, that kind of thing. Luckily, she reports to me, so I can say that to her. And then Connie, I was a little bit, I told her as well how close we were, and she started avoiding me in the hallway. So I guess that's a common theme for me. But we ended up winning it, and again, it was a real collective effort. Obviously, volleyball won the MAC championship last year and really got us going quickly. And then all the sports really elevated their play, and that's really what the award is about, the best overall program in our conference. So, all right, so you're going to see it every week, every month. Do we do this every week? No? Carol, we can meet every week? No, I don't have to dream about you every week? No? Okay. All right. But we'll bring it next time, and I won't talk about it again, hopefully. But it is something that we all are super proud of. So I wanted a couple of events that are coming up. This Coach Carlsen told me yesterday it's go time, and I was like, oh, okay, let's go. I don't know. We have lots of events coming up. We have this one obviously this morning, Wednesday, October 18th, is an event at night at Eduardo's, and I've been promised you can pick up your season tickets. Everybody's happy about that. So come to Eduardo's. It's from 6 to 8. There won't be the Jacoby juice like we did at the Jacoby Awards celebration, but I'm sure there'll be other kind of beverages you can have there. So hopefully you guys can show up there. There's also a season ticket member event on October 23rd from 6 to 7:30. Open practice. Come see our student athletes. I know Coach Carlsen is going to talk about them a little bit, and once you hear her talk about them, there's no way you're going to avoid that event on Monday. And I want to talk a little bit about courtside. We have opened up courtside for our fans, courtside seats. So I know there's not too many of you that are interested in it here. You like your seats, you like where you sit, and I appreciate that and appreciate the support. But hopefully we can create kind of a raucous atmosphere down there for our student athletes. I just want to recap a little bit on the fall, and then I'll bring Coach Carlsen up here. Our volleyball team started off a really, really rough and really challenging non-conference schedule. But if you've come to the Convocation Center and seen them play lately, it's been amazing to see their growth. And right now they're 4-4 in the MAC. They beat Akron in 5. Winning five game sets. I always say that wrong. Coach, help me. 5 sets. It's challenging and really emotional and mentally challenging for the student athletes. So I'm sure for our staff, but they've won a lot of those matches. So really proud of what they've done and really stuck to the game plan. I know it's been a little challenging for our young people, but they're, I think, going to finish off really well. Women's soccer is doing really, really well. They're 5-3 in the MAC. Right now, if the conference ended, we would be hosting. We would be 4th. So keep your eye out for that. Women's golf is doing great. They've won at least one tournament hosted by Illinois State. I know we always love beating Illinois State. And then cross country, I was going to have Coach Myers come up and talk about cross country, but he's, I guess, at practice. But I know that they have their tournament, their championship in a couple of weeks as well. So, all right, so bring up Coach Carlsen here. I have some funny things, as always, but I'll not embarrass her too much. But this is the 3rd season for her, our 3rd season of Coffee with Carlsen, and I think what this year for me is going to be is really elevating the atmosphere on the court. I know she's going to talk about that a little bit, but also off the court in the Convocation Center. We've got some pretty cool promotions coming up. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but it's going to be pretty cool, and I hope you guys can come to every game. I know you will, and be part of it. There's going to be some fun things going on, so pay attention to Coach Carlsen's emails. I know she sends out a lot of those, and folks seem to appreciate it. So it's going to be a great year. I know she's going to talk about it a lot, and I will come back here in a minute after she talks and give out some raffle away. All right, Coach Carlsen.
Thanks, Deborah. This is one of my favorite events for a lot of reasons. One, it's the people that are near and dear to my heart as far as the through thick and thin supporters of the program that show up regularly. And it's always great to see those faces that you have their unwavering support regardless. The other reason why I love this event is, and Deborah mentioned this, it really puts us in a position where we know that it's right around the corner as we get started playing basketball games. I think our kids right now are really ready to put a uniform on and play against someone else besides each other. But it's been a very productive summer and preseason and into our regular season practices and preparation. Before I talk more about that, I do want to thank a few people that are here. I say this every time, but when you have an event like this and you see the support of our staff show up, not my staff, but the athletic staff, I think that tells a lot about where we're at as far as the support of each other and the direction that we are moving. Obviously, the Jacoby is a great example of that. The best story about that is, as much as we absolutely loved Ray's championship, nobody else won a MAC championship in order to receive that trophy, which means it was a collective effort across the board. And I think that's what you see departmentally right now, is the collective effort of everybody elevating their game any way they're able to for the good of the cause. So I do want to thank all the staff that is here, in particular our other head coaches. Christina Sutcliffe for softball, obviously somebody who's a huge supporter of everybody in the department, but definitely of women's basketball, so I love that she's here. And Ray Gooden is here also from volleyball, so especially those two, thank you for being here. I also don't want to forget about Bill and his staff. Last year when we moved this event to this facility, I think it was a great move. I think accessibility is great. I think the room is great. So what they've been able to do as far as elevating Coffee with Carlsen, I think has been a huge enhancement. So we thank him for what he and his staff have been able to provide. And then I do want to introduce my staff, some new faces, some returners. So in the back is Adam Tandez. Adam does a lot for the program, but some of his main responsibilities, as far as today, obviously getting this up on YouTube so those people who can't make it can also see this event. But he is in charge of all the coordination of our recruiting, and he also spearheads our defense. So when we don't give up 75 points this year, I'm going to give him all the credit in the world. Also, John McGinty. John came with me when I first took this job, and his growth, especially from an X's and O's standpoint, and really the brains behind the offense, which everybody loves, comes from John's office. So the things that he's been able to instill and tweak a little bit as we continue to evolve each year as a little bit of a different team is really something that John has put in place, and I think has done a great job of establishing, again, since the beginning of the summer as far as what this team is going to look like. He also does some of our guard development stuff, but really his big responsibility and big piece of the puzzle is as our offensive coordinator. Maria Kaza. Maria, yes. Maria is new to us this year. She comes from Michigan Tech, a program in the UP that has had a ton of success. And we're really excited to have her for a lot of reasons. I think the energy that she brings to the program, I think her track record of success is something that's well documented. Somebody who really is an attention to detail sort of person. She will, again, have a lot to do with our guard development. She will help Adam, especially with the defensive side of the ball. And then really, she's going to be a great film person and a scout breakdown and things like that. That's going to be kind of her bread and butter. But the thing I love about this staff is the amount of time that we spend talking basketball together, all aspects of basketball, and have some pretty heated and fun bantering when it comes to that, I think is all really healthy. So this group is going to be great when it comes to that. A lot of X's and O's strengths that are going to help us really be successful. And then the two people that you saw at the table when you came in, Quinn Rear is our Director of Basketball Operations. Quinn came to us this summer. Again, somebody that I've known for a while and comes really highly recommended. She actually worked, Adam coached Quinn, and then they actually worked together also at Truman State. And she has definitely hit the ground running when it comes to what we need from that operations position. Really passionate about the game, attention to detail oriented. Did a lot, her and Mariah, as far as setting this event up. So we're excited to have Quinn on board. And then Mariah Henley is somebody I've known for a while. Mariah played for me at Lewis. She was a 3-time All-American and has more records than I care to be able to list. 3-time All-American. But the beauty of Mariah being here, I think, is, in coaching, I think, especially as you get older, everybody wants to talk about the wins and losses, which obviously is really important. But when you talk about the development of the young people that we get an opportunity to touch every day, and then you can have a former student athlete of yours come back and want to work on your staff, that's a little bit special. Mariah finished her career at Lewis, had the opportunity to play overseas last year, and came back and decided that she wanted to give this coaching gig a try and chose to come here. So we're excited to have her. Obviously, we have some history. I have a lot of respect for what she's done as a student athlete, but she's a great person as well. So that kind of rounds out our staff. Again, some new faces. I can tell you I love this group. We have no lack of understanding when it comes to having fun, but I also think we have a great understanding of when it's time to be serious and really try and get the most out of our student athletes that we can. We're coming off of a pretty exciting season. Many of you were a part of it. The corner that we were able to turn last year, winning 21 games and getting ourselves to the MAC championship and the numerous convocation center records that we were able to set, really kind of set the tone for expectations. And those expectations are big. I don't think anybody is shying away from that. I don't think we're going to sneak up on anybody in the MAC. I think that this group this year, although we will be different, everybody early especially will talk about what are we going to do without Allie and how are we going to score the basketball without Allie. And as much as we love her and as much as we wish she was back, I think this team returns a lot of really key people, a lot of great experience, and we have no plans on taking a step backward with the graduation of 3 great seniors last year. I mentioned we do return 4 of our top 6 returning scorers and 3 starters. All of them have really improved in every facet of their game from a skill set standpoint. But the one thing that I think you'll really see a difference, or we will definitely see a difference and have already, is their leadership ability now that they are upperclassmen. Those 3 starters that are returning, and I'm going to introduce Kelly a little bit. Kelly Smith is a senior, Courtney Woods is a junior, and Michaela Voigt is a junior, and now they're no longer underclassmen. So the expectations from a leadership standpoint are a little bit different now when you return that type of experience on the floor. And I think all of them have really embraced that. And I feel really good about our chemistry continuing to grow because of their leadership. The first chance that you're going to get to see us play, and I know that you have schedules on your table, we have an exhibition game on November 4th at 1 o'clock against Benedictine. So that's right around the corner. Again, I know the kids are excited about that. We get the opportunity to have an inter-squad and another scrimmage before that, but we will be able to actually put on a uniform on November 4th. So that'll be exciting. And then we will open up on the road at Eastern Illinois in our first regular season game that following Friday. A really important day for us, and our home opener is November 18th against Western Illinois. Western last year, we felt like we kind of would let one get away when we went to Macomb, but they went on to be an NCAA team and really, really good, and they return everybody. So for a lot of reasons, that day is going to be special. We'll get an opportunity to get a little bit of revenge, I hope, and it's also the day that we're going to unveil the WNIT banner. So the game is at 1. Pretty much immediately after the game, we will have the banner unveiling, and then we'll have a little reception following. So it'll be a great opportunity for a lot of different reasons that day to come to the Convo. Our non-conference schedule is pretty challenging, as always. You know, I think especially for a really good mid-major team, your non-conference schedule can be kind of all over the board. We're going to play a lot of regional opponents that are very familiar to people. An opportunity to play Eastern Illinois. We're going to play Bradley. We're going to play Loyola. Who else am I missing regionally?
UIC.
We're not playing UIC. Western, obviously. And then we also have an opportunity this year to go to a couple tournaments, which will be a lot of fun. Over Thanksgiving weekend, we're going to go to San Antonio. So hopefully it'll be nice down there. Play a couple of mid-major teams that, again, we don't have great familiarity with, which is part of the beauty of it. And then right before Christmas, we're going to get an opportunity to go to Puerto Rico. So, I mean, that tournament's a little bit up in the air yet, but the latest is that they're really trying to be able to host that still. If for some reason, and we will know by the end of the month, if for some reason we can't, they already have a backup plan, and we're actually going to play it at the University of Miami. So we know we are going to play the same teams somewhere south of here. We just don't know quite how far south. But I know the kids are excited, staff is excited about the opportunity to play some teams that we're not as familiar with and really kind of test where we're at on the national level. Something that we started last year, I don't know if I did in my first year, is I thought it was nice if we get an opportunity to bring one of our student athletes to this event because just like I mentioned with Mariah, you know, we see our players in uniform on game day, and it's so much more than that. Their adventure or their time at NIU is very different for each and every one of them. So we see the number of times the ball goes in the basket or the rebounds they have or, you know, what they look like in the number 25 jersey. But what I like to do is have them come and talk a little bit about what their experience has been like at NIU. I'm sure there's going to be some basketball comments there, but more about what it's like in the life of a Husky. So I brought Kelly Smith with me, a 4-year starter, a senior that we depend a lot on, somebody that does a lot of dirty work, many times has to play against young ladies that are bigger, I won't say stronger, but definitely bigger than she is, but somebody that doesn't shy away from that challenge. She's a senior that is going to end up with her biology degree in hopes of going to veterinary school. And I won't steal her thunder, but I'm going to have Kel come up and talk a little bit about what that's been like for her.
All right, I brought some notes because not the best at public speaking, but I'm going to try my best. So I'm Kelly Smith. I know some of you guys, seen you guys after some games, some familiar faces, but thanks for having me. First time here, so a little nervous, but excited. So I'm a biology major, chemistry minor. Hopes of going to veterinary school. I've applied to a couple schools around the country. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with it, but there aren't a ton of schools, so kind of slim pickings. Really good schools, but like in terms of where I can live. It's kind of all over, so I don't really know where I'm going to end up. But I actually have my first interview in less than a week, so next Monday down in Tennessee. So see how that goes. But yeah, that's my plan for the future. I was recruited here by a different coaching staff, so I came in my freshman year and played a year with a different coaching staff. I was fortunate enough to start for part of the year and get a lot of minutes. It just so happened we had some injuries, and I got that opportunity from an early age, so very fortunate there. Got a lot of good game experience. Had a good time. It was different, very different than how we play now. Weren't quite as excuse me, weren't quite as successful, or our play style was not as fast, not as fun to play. I don't know, maybe not as fun to watch, I assume. But it was all right. I didn't really know. It was my freshman year. Didn't really know. I had an okay time, I guess. But then we had our new coaching staff come in with Coach Carlsen, and then Coach John was there as well. It was just like a complete 180, and we're having a lot more fun, playing faster, scoring more points. I didn't really take long for her offense to catch on and for us to like buy in, and then last year we had a lot of success, so it was cool to see that all pay off, and it's been really fun since Coach Carlsen has been here. Let's see, get my notes. My notes just got off. All right. So as I said, the style of play has changed a lot. I think it's given us all like more opportunities to score in different ways and just kind of share the ball and like just have fun. I was talking to some people at my table today, and one of the men here mentioned that there are times when it just seems like we were just like so happy and pure joy, and like we were just really enjoying the game, which I think is so important and something that you don't always find at the college level. It just kind of being, higher level and more of like a business. But I think now where we're at in our program, it really is just a lot of fun. And as Coach Carlsen said, we are serious and we get down to business, but we also do have a lot of fun, and we know how to joke around, and we know how to just enjoy ourselves during the game on and off the court. So going along with the coaching staff change, Coach John has been here since the beginning, and then Coach Adam came in, and Coach Kaz's here this year, a great new addition. I've had the chance to work a lot with Coach Adam, being a post coach. He's really helped me develop my skills. I'm not the biggest post, as Coach Carlsen mentioned. Some might argue I'm not really a post. I just kind of go wherever I need to be, but Coach Adams really helped me develop my skills, find ways to score and defend when I might be disadvantaged, or use my advantage, with being smaller, being quicker, find ways to work around that. And then he's also really helped me develop mentally and be prepared to play games and just like be mentally focused and mentally strong in that way. So really appreciative of that. So I guess that's my journey, and now we're here. It's my senior year, and I'm really excited. Trying to appreciate every day, every workout, lifting, every practice. Pretty crazy. I'm months away from being done with basketball. It's pretty surreal. Being a student athlete is not easy. It's been a very tough 4 years. You guys see us and probably have an idea. Maybe some of you guys have been student athletes. It's been very tough, but something I wouldn't change for the world. It's so rewarding, and I've learned so much from it. I think I've learned a lot of things from it that definitely will help me in my future career. I think with anything you do, being part of a team and being part of a program in such a supportive, great community, I think that's something you can bring with you the rest of your life. And I think it's so special, and I'm so grateful that all of you guys support us and come to our games, maybe when not a ton of other people are there, and we have a growing fan base, and I just really appreciate all of the support. So thank you very much.
And I know Kel's going to run because she does have class, so I don't want her to be late. Before I turn the mic back over to Deborah, I do want to open it up to any questions that you might have, especially as we get ready to kick things off. Does anybody have anything? Bob, I knew it would be you first, buddy.
How about your new freshmen?
Yeah, I failed to mention them, and that's my fault because I think you're going to love what you see on the floor from our new kids. We have 3 new freshmen, 2 guards, and then a swing post player. A post player is kind of built like Kelly. Erin Hodges is from Evansville, Indiana, but she says she's from Pontiac, Illinois, so you can. She had to transfer actually as her mom got a different job to Evansville, so she doesn't like to call that home. A really, really athletic, dynamic guard that loves to play in the open court. Really hard to guard off the bounce, does a great job of getting to the rim. So she's going to find herself on the floor really early because she fits so well into what we're trying to do. And I always laugh. The other guard we have is Gabby she's from England. I have yet to publicly try and say her last name very often. I'm still working on that. And again, I think, anytime you recruit internationally, at least for us, we don't spend a lot of physical time over there. So you're spending a lot of time just looking at film and kind of rolling the dice a little bit on international players. But I tell you what, she is a dynamic player in a lot of different ways. A bigger guard, has the ability to play a lot of different positions, can definitely score the basketball, loves to shoot it. That's the other thing about international players. They're used to playing the three-point line is farther back. And so when they get here, that seems like a much easier shot for them. So you'll see Gabby shoot it, and she'll shoot it fairly deep, but for her, that's normal. Again, somebody that's going to see the floor really early and going to really help us with what we're trying to do. And then Riley Blackwell is a forward out of Plainfield, Indiana. Again, I like to compare Riley to a younger, healthy Renee Sladek, if that helps you. Stretch the defense, really good off the bounce, can shoot the 3. In fact, that's probably her favorite shot. But she's about 6'1", long, can do, again, a lot of different things. Will play mostly the 4 position for us. I think she's probably better as a face-up player as opposed to back to the basket. And a lot of that is just freshman structure. She looks like a freshman. And that will change. But I think all 3 of them have the ability and the opportunity to play really early. They add a lot of depth, especially in the guard court this year. As a coaching staff, we talk every single day after practice as far as, what does the starting lineup look like? What does our rotation look like? Because we probably can go 6 or 7 guards deep without a lot of fall off when it comes to scoring the basketball. So it'll be pretty fun to see those guys in action.
What did you hear from Allie?
When we hear things from Allie, she's being a goofball like normal. But she's doing great. I think she has weekends off, so that's usually when we see things on social media. But it sounds like things are going well. She's at, again, I don't know exactly what you call it, but I call it boot camp, going through her process from a military standpoint. And I think things are going as expected, so I think she's doing good. Sometimes it's situational. We were in a situation last year where we had a couple of open positions late, and that's when you kind of start paying maybe a little bit more attention to maybe international opportunities or junior college opportunities, those things that maybe are filling a void. So I hate to say it was accidental, but almost with Gabby, it was accidental. Saw what we liked on initial film, got more film, continued to get more and more, talk to more and more people. It's funny, she was visiting 3 schools. She visited Sacramento State, us, and Drexel. So if you talk about schools, one, all over the country and all over the map when it comes to differences. But she will tell you the reason she chose NIU, as much as she loves the cornfields, was really because she had an opportunity to meet the team. And we find that in recruiting all the time, and that's such a vital piece, is when your kids can come in and meet the current team and feel like they could be a part of that group, then that's your selling point. I mean, we can talk all we want, and we do, and we love to talk, but the real selling point is your current roster and your current team when you're recruiting. And that is what most of them will tell you is the deciding factor. So it was definitely a deciding factor for Gabby. Anybody else? All right, I think we're going to have Deborah come back up. We have a few raffles. There's things on the back table that you'll be able to pick if you're the winner. And she'll have a recap on some other dates coming up in the next month or so.
Bucket. Here comes the bucket. I need a bucket helper. Come on, you gonna help me?
Yeah, you're picking it.
All right. I don't think I've ever picked a ticket before. Hope I don't screw this up. All right, here we go. 249, 498, 294, dyslexic. 294, 498. It's not good for an accountant, is it? 294. Oh my, of course. She drives an hour and a half to get here. She deserves a shirt. All right. How many are we doing, Coach? 4? 5? What's 4? We're doing 5. Starting lineup. Stupid. 294, 465. Bob. Early bird, that's right. He's been here at Lincoln Inn since 5 a.m. All right. 294, 479. Sir? 2 more. 2 more lucky winners. Looks like I've spread out the tables. That's good. 294, 475. Joni. She got so much women's basketball stuff, she doesn't know what to do with it. All right, 1 more. All right. 294, 484. 484. Yes, that's the reward for driving so far. All right, that was fun. Good stuff. Winners, chicken dinners. All right. Okay, so again, just to recap, what's going on? We have so much going on this month. It's ridiculous, right? So Wednesday is the tip-off at Eduardo's. The 20th and the 21st, volleyball has some super significant matches in the conference. So if you can, come to Victory Court and watch them. You know how great that atmosphere is, and the more people we have in there, the more ridiculous it gets. So I do want to also note our volleyball almost entire staff is here as well. Coach Gooden was here, and so do appreciate them attending. So 23rd is our season ticket member event. Again, come watch practice. Come watch Gabby. She's a ridiculous passer as well. Coach didn't mention that. I'm sure she was saving that. And then again, so then the next week we have all kinds of stuff. Next week's even more ridiculous. So it's 25th. We have volleyball. Football's on the 26th. And then women's soccer's on the 26th as well. Volleyball plays Miami the 29th. And then we might host that women's soccer game for the MAC tournament. So keep your ears open and interwebs, right? And emails. So the other thing that we're going to do, if you can't pick up your season tickets on the 18th or the 23rd, super surprise visit from our basketball team wearing crazy costumes. If you haven't picked up your season tickets by then, you may get a surprise visit by some trick-or-treaters in costume. We'll see what that ends up being. That's always fun. They may come to your house anyway, even if you picked up your tickets. I don't know. But if you don't get them by then, they will be at will call for the 4th game, the game on the 4th. So hopefully we'll be able to see you. You'll be able to pick up your tickets in person. If not, we'll make sure you get them otherwise. So
where is that on the 23rd?
It's at the Convocation Center. At the Convo.
Okay.
Yep. Come watch practice. Come talk to the girls. Talk to Coach. I might be there. That'll be fun. 6 to 7:30. Yep. 6 to 7:30. Season ticket member event. Yep. Okay, so the next Coffee with Carlsen is going to be great. We're going to get a chance to meet up with Ray Gooden. A little backstory on the track deal, right? So we didn't have a Coffee with Carlsen in March, if you guys remember that, because we were playing. And we don't have one in March this year because why? Right, because we'll be playing. So we're not going to have them in March anymore, and that's why we had track first, because we had to cancel the one in March that they were going to be at. So I felt like we owed it to them to make sure that they got a chance to talk about their program. So we're a little bit off schedule, a tiny bit. So we have Ray coming in November. And then we'll go from there. So hopefully we'll see you all at all these events, see you at the combo, see you in our offices. I mean, Sally stops by just to say hi, so feel free to do that. We'd love to see her. And we'll see you all really, really soon. If not, in the next Coffee with Carlsen, it's November 21st. So we'll see you then. Thank you. It's cute.